Hello, and welcome to the Threshold, the place of the intuitive, the mystic, the contemplative, a place to strengthen the connection to your core through mindfulness and intuition. So, my question for the day is what if you totally owned who you are? Let's talk. Sometimes I find myself returning to my Reiki roots that are, wow, like 26 years ago. Um, and the intentional practice of mindfulness. The Reiki principles and those three words that begin each principle, just for today, really invite me into the moment. These just for today words tumble from my intuitive core as the message that I'm given is just for today, totally own who you are. Be your own person. Shine your light. The world needs you just as you are. Think about that and think about how life changes whenever you really live that. We all have room for change. We all have room for growth. But what happens if you operate out of the world needs you exactly as you are, as you grow into who you can become? So let's break down this intuitive message. Just for today, totally own who you are. So I don't know about you, but I seldom own who I totally am. Yeah, I can embrace the me reflected in moments of listening, being compassionate, practicing patience, listening to my intuition, and exercising. But I have to tell you, those other ways of being impatient, frustrated, ignoring my inner wisdom, overeating gosh, those are times that I don't even want to acknowledge who I am, much less own that person. So on my good days, I can see how all parts of me, the light and the shadow, create the total picture. The shadow represented by my frustration, impatience, ignoring, and overeating gives me opportunity to pay attention to what is triggering these reactions. So, in befriending the shadow, I can understand how my peaceful self gets blotted out by all those triggers. So, when I totally own my own loud brash, as well as my quiet calm, I can appreciate that those ways of being I'm not so thrilled about are actually powerful. Their energy helps power the parts of me that are more shy and reserved about showing up as my best self. That loudness reveals not only the weeds, but also the rutted path of my growth. Okay, so let's break down the second part. Just for today, be your own person. Will I ever be that calm, gentle, listening person 100% of the time? Will you ever be the person that you most desire 100% of the time? I hope so for both of us, but probably not. There's an ebb and flow of being this person we want to be. But owning all parts of ourself creates that wildfire inside. You know, that wildfire of being your own person. And through those sparks within the fire, we can see more clearly who we are. We can choose where we place our energy and how to temper the wildfire energy in the parts of our life that really need change. So the shadow can be really a powerful way to move us forward. Okay, the next part. Just for today, shine your light. Now, in my own light, I can be my own person. I can set boundaries. I'm gracious. I share compassion. I can really learn to be comfortable within the shine of my body, mind, spirit, and heart. I can learn to be comfortable within the shadows because I can enter those shadows knowing that I am my own light. And whatever I find in the shadows becomes opportunity, and that's important. It's within the shadows that we find our opportunity. And while I may feel fear, I can also call upon my courage to transform into my truest self. Yeah, Shining that light means being my own person no matter what I find in the corners of my being. So, the last part of this intuitive message, just for today, the world needs you exactly as you are. I have to admit, I'm not perfect. I am as wounded. I am wounded like everyone else. But I have to tell you that without an awareness of our wounds, we navigate ourselves into one detour after another. But it need not be that way. I'm going to recommend one of my books that I wrote about navigating our lives in awareness of our own woundedness and how we can get past some of those things. It's called Imperfect in an Uncertain World, My Life, My Message. It's available on Amazon. You can also go to my website, wildefyrepress.com, WILDEFYRPRESS.com, for a link to take you to purchase that book. But getting back to this, the world can't wait for us to do everything right. We don't have the luxury of getting everything right all the time. We're imperfect, wounded beings who are here to make the world a brighter place, and maybe our wounds are going to help with that brightness. So, in the crazy of the day and the uncertainty of the moment, the world needs us to show up and be compassion, be exactly who we are, be the peace, the light that makes the minute changes that truly transform ourselves. And in transforming ourselves, transform the world into a better place. I hope that you will join me. So I want to thank you for watching this video. Um, as a contemplative coach, I would love to work with you to kind of get you on the track of totally owning who you are. Additional resources are available at vanessafhurst.com. But no matter what you do in this moment, in this day, find a way to be who you are and to totally own who you are. Shine your light into the world. Namaste.